Hey y'all, welcome to this energy check-in. And as always, look at my description box below. And while you're looking at that, I also want to encourage you to check out Casey's channel. She's Soul to Soul 1111. She is also a coach, and you can connect to her on TFU. And she's there along with Brittany and myself, and we're really here to help you be as connected to yourself as possible. That's being connected to your essence, who you really are. And so I'd like you to encourage you all to subscribe to Casey's YouTube channel and also check out her Etsy shop too. She sells fantastic stuff on there, including her light language artwork. It's fantastic. The energy of it is great. She also sells her organates on there. She has so many different forms of organates. There's something that's bound to seat you in that organate. And that organate is really great energy. And she even made like kids line. So if you have kids, she's made fantastic things for kids so that they could be energetically protected too. That their energies could be aligned. And our kids are going to be the future. And we're laying down a foundation for them to build off of. So that's why it's so important that we do the work ourselves so that we lay down a solid foundation for future generations to build off of. So this work is not just for ourselves, it's for the world. And I've been saying this for a long time. And if you just join me on this channel, by all means, please subscribe so you don't miss out on all the guidance I do give on this channel for you to be connected with yourself. Because that's what my main purpose is here. Because I know that for us to transform the world we live in, we have to transform the inner world that we have within us. Because the outer world only mirrors our inner world. So the work you do on yourself is hugely important. It's not just for you, but it's for the world. And Sophia Charles' work that she took the time out to create for all of us is on point. It's the work that you need to do. So if you haven't invested in the Union Package and Master Program, because you're going to need both of them, they go hand in hand. That's why they're required before you can get coaching from me. Now you can get standard coaching from me, but in the standard coaching, it's not going to dive as deep into as possible as the Ultimate Life Coaching will. The Ultimate Life Coaching does require that you get the Union Package and Master Program that you be working on it. And us as life coaches will determine if you're even ready for that or not. And even though you are doing the work, if you want to be an ultimate life coach, you're here to lead others on how they can be the best version of themselves. If you haven't done a transformation yourself, how are you going to show others authentically how to do it? And all the ultimate life coaches here in the community have done that for themselves, and they're continuously doing it on themselves. And that's what they have committed, not only to themselves, but to you, for people that are seeking that type of commitment to yourself. So if you're really wanting to be connected to the core of who you are, get some coaching. And along with that too, I just saw Sophia post this on the community, was that I do have music image readings. And I did one for Sasha, and she commented that it was on point for her. And I wouldn't expect anything less. For one thing, I'm connected, and I don't say that to be vain. It's just like, when you're connected, when you are connected, you have everything you need. You don't lack anything. And if you feel like you're lacking something, then first of all, that's a projection from your ego, because all of us are whole and complete. But we just have to realign with the essence. That's why the work is so important. The work is very important. It's exactly what you need, 100%. It's what I needed to be able to continuously level up, so to speak. The work that we do on ourselves is a lifetime commitment to ourselves, and the work that is within the Union Package and Master Program and everything that goes along with it is for you to better yourself, to transform yourself. Speaking of transformation, right here, transformation. And it's all about doing the inner work so that, wow, you can be abundant. And not just financially abundant, but abundant in all aspects. And we're seeing some great things in this reading, to be honest with you. So be excited to see, wow, what's gonna come through on this reading here. I'm just gonna move around these cards a little bit so I can see them better. So all the inner work you all are doing is highly important because it's gonna transform your life, and when it transforms your life, it transforms the world around us too. So it has a duality to it. Your inner world and outer world. Okay. You guys are obviously concerned about your masculine, so I see that. So I'm going to put these two out here too. But what's underlying all this is this card. And I'll pull this out too. But right now, it's just going to be at the bottom of this reading. And guess who it is? It's you. It's totally you. It's you guys. And I'll get to that after I do the reading. But really, if you're at the bottom of this reading, what's that showing you guys? Keep the focus on yourself. But I'll dive deeper into, I mean, that was the Queen of Pentacles, but there's a lot that's showing up within the card too. But with that being said, I'm just going to dive into this energy check-in. But yeah, be sure to check out my description box because all the services are designed to help you. And if you feel like you are not abundant enough to invest in it, that just shows your lack mentality. And if you have lack mentality, that just shows you got to have to do more inner work. Because you obviously have a block within you that's preventing your abundance from flowing within you. And yeah, it is tied to our emotions too. And we all know that we're multi-dimensional beings. But like I said, there's a lot in this reading. But I'm just gonna dive right into it because I'm already talking about it as is. And right at the bat, we're starting off with the Eight of Wands. And yeah, that's all about communication. But this is really communication from higher awareness, higher consciousness. And all that comes from who we actually are. We all came here for a purpose. We all came here to transform this world and show the world how to transform. That's why we're seeing the epicus here. That's what I'm going to call it, epicus, but it's a flying horse, basically. But that's why we're seeing the epicus here, is that we are magical beings. There's more to us than meets the eye. In fact, what people see with their naked eye is just our 3D render of who we are, our human form. And we only need this flesh suit so we can have this human experience. But above and beyond that, there's way more to us than just our human experience. But we have this human experience so we could come here to Earth, help people transform their life, so we can help raise planet Earth back to a higher frequency where it's meant to be at. Because right now, the Earth is suffering. I don't need to point out all the things that are going on currently to even show all the proof of how the world is suffering right now. It is. I don't even need to dive into it. Yes, I know about the political issues. I know about Biden and his family. If you don't know about Biden and his family, yeah, they're evil times 10. I'll just put it down that way. They're evil times 10. A lot of people think, well, I don't really want to dive too much into politics here, but then they said, well, look at Trump. I'm like, no, look at the political system. What does the political system represent? It represents the shadow aspect of Earth. Right now it does. The only way we can transform that is by not allowing them to do what they are doing to manipulate the world right now. A lot of people don't feel like they're empowered enough to even do that. But if they realize that they have the power within them to accomplish everything that they are here to accomplish, then something like a political system wouldn't even bother them. They just say, no thank you, that doesn't serve me well. No thank you, it doesn't serve me well. How does a masking prevent anything? In fact, it causes more disease than it does anything. I could guarantee with all these people wearing masks, more of them are going to be sick from wearing that mask than they would have if they just didn't wear it altogether. 100% down with it. There's going to be medical professionals coming out even saying that. And actually there's been medical professionals saying that to begin with, but they've been highly scrutinized and censored because they don't want that story to be heard. They want their story to be heard. The people that want to control the masses. And the people that control the masses control media. So if people are watching media, ultimately that's what they want you to do too, because it doesn't take their time away to program you. You're programming yourself. That's why I encourage everybody to not watch TV. It's a program. But I think that the TV shows themselves are called programs. Put it together, folks. It's programming you. It's programming you with their agenda, how they want you to perceive life, how you should have a lack mentality, how you should be dependent on them, where you can't be independent, where you are a free sovereign being. That's who you really are. And they give our power over to a perceived authority, and mind you, it's perception. They don't have any power without us. They don't, 100%. They do not have power over us unless we give it to them. Right now, the world right now is in a transitional phase, and it's really up to us where we want to be after this transition takes place. Because right now, a lot of people have time to step away from their jobs, where they perceive that's where they got their wealth from. But that job only stole more of their time and energy than gave wealth-wise. So it wasn't a good investment. People working for others is never a good investment. Before the Industrial Revolution, mind you, I'm talking a worldwide Industrial Revolution, and it may have started at one place, but it had a ripple effect. When one place industrializes, other places follow suit because they have this perceived wealth that they don't have. But the wealth is in natural resources, because the earth gives us everything that we could possibly need. It doesn't lack anything. The earth doesn't lack anything. It's our poor mentality that lacks. And since we have that poor mentality, we think the earth can't supply us with everything. And that's what they feed off of every time. They're focusing on California, where destruction is happening right now, not on where all the other abundances come from. There's abundance coming strongly out of South America. There's so much abundance down there. They have enough abundance down there to supply the world with everything that we need nutritional wise. Just South America alone. We're not even talking about the rest of the world. Asia's abundant too. But they suppress their people over there. With the power regime over there. They don't allow people to even step into their power to be self-sufficient over there. That's what government is all about, is slavery. Government is slavery. Government is slavery. Government is slavery. Yeah, I'll repeat stuff on this channel when it's really important. You gotta wake up to the fact that if there's people that have a perceived power over masses, it's slavery, folks. Slavery. S-L-A-V-E-R-Y. Slavery. I know I got an audience worldwide here, but like, anytime you give your power over to anything else besides yourself, that's a form of slavery. And a lot of you have enslaved yourself willingly because you weren't consciously aware that's what you were doing. But now, since you are aware, maybe it will help you go through a transformation that you need to go through so that you can be abundant. Because a lot of you don't even know what abundance is. In fact, your lack mentality keeps you from having abundance. Because we talk about duality, right? You can either be abundant and be abundant in both your masculine and feminine energy. Because this is reverse, this card's in reverse, so it's about your inner energy. And you perceive your masculine to be in his burdens over there. But if your masculine's, highly burdened over there, what's he mirroring back to you? Now, I know my person, Erin, is going through transitions right now, but I allow her to go through those. She needs those moments to get her strength for herself. Because, mind you, I was guided to help her for a while, but I even told her, this help is only going to be for our time. And if you still need it after that, that means that you weren't doing what you're supposed to be doing. So I continue to do what I'm supposed to be doing here, regardless if she's stepping up or not. I do that work because it's important. I realize how important the work that I do, so I don't stop it for anything, not even from my connection. And Erin never ever tells me to stop. But a lot of you that are doing the work, look over there to see how it's impacting your twin. Your focus should always be on yourself. It doesn't matter how you perceive his life over there, because this is all about perception here. It doesn't matter how you perceive your masculine over there. Allow him to go through his transformations. We talked about transformations before. They're painful. Think of how a caterpillar transforms into a butterfly. It has to go through a form of metamorphosis that takes place in that cocoon. That butterfly goes through death. It has to go through death, death, before it can transform into what it is, into its abundance. That butterfly, where everybody values that butterfly for its beauty. And people forget what that butterfly had to go through to even get to a stage of admiration that the whole world admires. Because before it was a butterfly, no one ever goes around and says, wow, that caterpillar is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. In fact, a lot of caterpillars don't even survive to become a butterfly. I don't know the exact stats on it, but a lot less caterpillars make it than they make it. And the reason why is that transformation, the death moment, causes a lot of pain. See this over here, mirroring over here? Your masculine's going through his transformation. Of course it's going to cause him pain. How much pain did it cause you feminines to go through a transformation? That's why a lot of you don't even like doing the work. Because of the perceived pain it causes you. But if you do the work correctly, you're actually clearing out the trauma that's causing the pain. But it's your ego that you wrestle with the most that's keeping you from doing the work. That's what my ultimate coaching is all about. To help you get outside of your own ego so you can actually do the work properly on yourself. Because the work that is there is on point. 100% on point. But yourself that's keeping you from doing the work properly. When I say yourself, your ego. But you came here for the human experience. And the ego is part of the human experience. So you gotta learn how to be the best possible human possible. And it takes a lot of work. And it's a dedication to yourself continuously as long as you're here for the human experience. That's why the work you do is so important. And it's a lifetime commitment to yourself. And it's the work that you do on yourself that makes your masculine want to rush in. But this is also in reverse. It's your masculine energy. Mind you, you cannot neglect that. Notice how the masculine energy is going towards the reading. Yeah, a lot of you focus on your masculine, but don't forget that you have the masculine energy within you too. This is in reverse, right? Be passionate about your masculine energy within you too, just as much as you are passionate about your feminine energy. Remember, to be abundant, you have to have both those balanced out, your masculine and feminine energy. That's where you have to have those balanced out in order for you to be abundant in all aspects of your life. Do you know how to balance out your masculine and feminine energy within you? Or is your masculine energy eluding you? How in tune are you with your own masculine energy? Because I could tell you that most of you aren't. Because you're only deceiving yourself if you think you are. Because a lot of you, your masculine energy is messed too. It will be messed until you are properly aligned with your energies within you. Let me repeat that. Your masculine energy within you will be a mess until you align all your energies within you properly. All of them. Not just one aspect of it, but all of them. All of them. We're not excluding anything in that statement. We're including everything. This is all about inclusion. If you're neglecting your masculine energy within you, guess what? Who's going to stay over there? Your person. Because you're neglecting your own masculine energy. If you're neglecting your own masculine energy, you're neglecting your person because you're neglecting yourself. Of course, he's not going to be wanting to be having any sort of union with you because you're not fulfilled yourself. You have to be fulfilled emotionally too. So this is about balancing out our masculine and feminine energy. That's constantly always working on yourself. Because right now you might feel abundant in your feminine energy, but what about your masculine energy? Then you wonder why your masculine isn't there with you yet, completely. How many of you are abundant in all aspects of your life? How many of you are abundant in all aspects of your life? You may have one or two things that are abundant, but what about the rest of yourself? If your masculine is showing you, his burdens, and you're seeing his burdens over there, what's he mirroring back to you? How's that mirror, what's that mirror reflecting back to you? You can't just look at him and say that he's in his own illusions when you are. Because if you're looking at your masculine over there in a situation, he's always mirroring your inner world. So what is he mirroring back to you? What work do you still need to do on yourself? Yeah, it's true. You are this. You are this. But to be this, to actually live this, it requires work. It requires work. It requires connection. And that connection starts from within you. And the only way you can be connected within is by doing the work. So if you don't even know how to do the work properly, check out my description box below, because all the work that you need to be abundant and to be who you really are is all down there. So if you don't have the work, you're not going to be who you really are. You're just not. You always are going to be stuck in situations, or you're going to feel impoverished instead of being abundant. It's really up to you how you want to live your life here, though. And that's totally on you. The choice is yours. But I would highly encourage you to find out how to be abundant in your own life. Because if you're not abundant in all 4 alchemical elements in your life, you still got work to do on yourself. Well, I love you all a lot, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.